A record-breaking return to form for the Bengals. Mike Petraglia inside State Farm Stadium. We're here on Sunday. The Bengals race to a 34-20 win over the Arizona Cardinals, improving to 2-3 on the season. A really important win for a number of reasons. First of all, let's get the business of the AFC North out of the way. They gain a game on the Ravens, who lost in Pittsburgh, could not protect a 10-3 lead, and the Ravens lose in Pittsburgh, so the Bengals gain a game on Baltimore. Cleveland Browns were idle here in week number 5, so they gain a half game there. But more to the point, what the Bengals showed here on Sunday was a return to form, the kind of football we've come to expect from the Burrow-led Bengals over the last 2 seasons. Joe Burrow, yes, he was mobile. Yes, he could move in the pocket. Yes, he could scramble for first downs. And yes, he could throw the deep ball accurately for a touchdown. We saw all of that and a little bit more from the Bengal offense here on Sunday. We also saw a record-breaking day for one Jamar Chase. He had 3 touchdown catches. He had 15 catches on 19 targets. You heard that right. 19. That's the number of times Joe Burrow targeted him, but 15 catches for 192 yards and the 3 touchdowns, including a beauty of a bomb, 63 yards in the third quarter on the Bengals' first drive of that third quarter. It made all of the difference in the world as the Bengals at that point led 24-14. Arizona made a bit of a push, but they were able to hold on and win this game by 2 touchdowns. Also a pick 6 in this game for Cam Taylor-Britt. We'll get to that in a moment. But about Jamar Chase, he broke Carl Pickens' record from 1998, October of 1998. That was the previous mark, 13 catches. And Chase here on Sunday in State Farm Stadium beat that mark by 2. 15 catches on the day. Jamar Chase said after the game, he wasn't trying to break any records. He wasn't trying to do anything personally. He just wants to be part of an offense that is getting back on track. He said it was great to watch Joe Burrow really move around. He actually thought Joe Burrow was nuts on one of his scrambles, his second scramble of a second quarter drive, where he ran down the field for a first down and was caught from behind. But Jamar Chase really admired the way Joe Burrow hung in there, ran around in the pocket, and really, when Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going, the rest of the Bengals offense follows. And here on Sunday, the big thing was not only Jamar Chase getting open deep and also getting open in the red zone for a couple of touchdown catches, it was Joe Burrow racing around in the pocket, really feeling comfortable. The first touchdown pass he had of the day, the first touchdown of the game, he had to slide back, then out to his right a little bit, stop on one foot, throw across his body, and found Jamar Chase with a very accurate dart of a pass for the first score of the day for the Bengals. That was really a harbinger of things to come. Joe Burrow looked like his old self. That was a big deal for the Bengals to see that early and know that their offense might be back on track, even without T. Higgins. Well, Trenton Irwin had a hell of a day, too. He had 5 catches in this game for nearly 90 yards. Really a terrific day for Trenton Irwin. He was involved very much early on in the game. Again, 8 catches, I should say, 8 catches for Trenton Irwin and nearly 100 yards on the afternoon. He really filled in admirably with T. Higgins out nursing the rib injury from a week ago in Tennessee. What about the defense? They intercepted Josh Dobbs twice in this game. They could have had 2 more. Just ask Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson. But they had 2 interceptions on the day. Pratt did eventually wind up with an interception in this contest, but the key interception, without question, was the pick 6 of 11 yards by Cam Taylor-Britt. Joshua Dobbs had not thrown an interception all season long, and Britt caught the deflected pass at the line of scrimmage and ran it in and gave the Bengals the lead for good in this contest, 17-14, right before halftime. Just before that pick 6, the Bengals went for it at the 1-yard line right behind me. Joe Mixon got the ball twice. He could not punch it in, and it looked like the air was coming out of the balloon a little bit, and momentum definitely was on Arizona's side, but the Bengals were pinning Arizona back at the 1, and they took advantage of it. After the game, Cam Taylor-Britt said, look, we know how we can play offensively, defensively. It just took a couple of big plays on either side of the ball to get the job done, and that's what we were able to do here on Sunday afternoon. What about Trenton Irwin? Go back to him for a moment. Irwin told us after the game, this is the way we are capable of playing. We haven't shown it all season long, but we knew we were going to get to that point. And today, at least for one game, we got to that point and showed everybody, including ourselves, what we are capable of doing. Joe Burrow, after the game, he was wearing an outfit that he was asked about toward the end of his press conference, and he said it was all free. He didn't have to pay for anything. The sweater / shirt, whatever you want to call it, that he was wearing, his top, was designed by a friend that he knew from high school back in Athens, Ohio, and he was wearing also a pair of shoes. They were very colorful indeed, but Joe Burrow, toward the end of his press conference, definitely looked like more like the Joe Burrow we have seen in years past. Very calm, cool, and collected, and yes, very happy after a 34-20 win that gets this team back on track. It certainly would appear that way. Joe Burrow, he finished the day 36 of 46, 317 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He did throw an interception. And also, if you're looking at Jamar Chase's numbers one more time, let's do that. They were worth it. 15 catches, 192 yards, and 3 touchdown grabs. Really a great complimentary game all the way around for the Bengals here on Sunday. We'll have complete locker room coverage on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. Follow my columns and game recap at clnsmedia.com. And as always, follow me on Twitter and X at Trags, TRAGS. Again, the final, the Bengals 34, the Cardinals 20. Inside State Farm Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.